welcome back to another Survival Ascended official PVE video. Today we're gonna get the artifact The Shadows. For this artifact you will need at least a scuba tank, flippers and a mount. There's lots of cave dinos and even nameless spawn in this cave. Makes sense because we're currently in the blue zone. I will be using my pyromane to obtain the artifact of The Shadows. Does this mean it's a shadow main? I personally do not like pyromanes on Aberration, but I must say they're super useful for the two caves I've currently uploaded on YouTube. Let's get started. I'll quickly show our surroundings because the entrance to the cave is below us in the water. Our coordinates are 55-65. We put on our scuba and we jump in. This first bit is mostly safe and you can just swim it with your flippers. Sometimes there is some dinos in the water here, but even while you're underwater, you can make your pyromane mount, kill the dinos and continue. You swim all the way down, and as soon as you see a bunch of crystals, you have to go up. These are the bunch of crystals I'm talking about, so this is where we swim up. Once you're out of the water, you will see a room where you have to jump down with your pyromane. Our path continues on the other side of the little pond we will see. This is the pond I'm talking about, and the path continues on the other side of this pond. So we jump down and we go into that corridor. You don't want to stand still for too long because, like I said in the beginning, nameless spawn in this cave as well. So we go to the other side of the pond. And here we will find the little corridor I'm talking about. We follow this little corridor. The pyromane literally gets stuck on even the tiniest rocks or trees, so spamming jump might help a little. The corridor does get even narrower, but we just put the pyro on our shoulders and continue. We've reached a very big room with water underneath. I always mark this cliff for myself because most of the time I forget where I am on the way back, and this marker shows me exactly where I need to go. Jump into the big pool and take a right. This is where you can get out of the pool. Once you're out of the big pool, you instantly see a smaller pool. We gotta go through this. Yay, more swimming! Now this is where you'll be finding lots of creatures in the water. Eels, jellyfish, sarcos and more. If you get stunned off your pyromane, you can always quickly equip your flag to up your survivability. If you get stunned, wait a couple seconds and swim back to your mount. You should be able to hop on and actually kill the cave dinos to be able to move forward. I'll be fighting a lot of creatures during this cave run and I'll be speeding up the video when I'm fighting them, but I won't cut it out so you can clearly see where I'm headed next. I decided to put my pyro on neutral just in case I get stunned off my mount again, and we go into the little pool. Pyromanes aren't the best swimmers, but they're definitely not the worst. You just gotta pay attention to your pyro's oxygen. If it runs out, it will explode. But if it's almost out of oxygen and you put it on your shoulder while underwater, it will refresh the oxygen stat. Until they fix this, I guess. You just swim all the way through until you're allowed to go up. Once we're allowed to go up, we will find ourselves in another room. We've reached a room with loads of enemies and even Carcinos. If you stand a little on the backside below the Carcinos, you can attack them and they won't grab you. Of course, I didn't stand far enough and it grabbed me. I quickly put on my flag and start sorting their Carcinos until he's dead, and then I hop back on the pyro. The route here is pretty simple. From where you get out of the water, you run straight to the next water, where you'll be jumping in to continue swimming. Yay! While we're killing some enemies, I'd also like to tell you I stream multiple days per week on Twitch. So if you're interested in streams, check out my channel Gingerella with 3 A's at the end. The link will also be down in the description. Don't forget to put on your scuba again, because this is quite a swim. Here we got dismounted again, so we wait a couple seconds and then we hop back on our mount. This is quite a simple swim, you just keep going straight. We also see a red drop in the water. I decided to continue and not grab it because my pyro was already half health. And this pyro actually has 10k health. So while you're doing this cave, keep an eye on your mount's health. Now once we get out of the water, we instantly take a right. There is 2 Kurkinos waiting for us, but I decided to go past them so I don't have a chance to get grabbed again. When you take a right, you will have a little path going up, and that's where we will find the artifact of the shadows. And there it is, the artifact of the shadows. Now around this artifact, nameless will spawn as well, so watch out for that. So I quickly hop off and grab the artifact of the shadows. There we go, it's in our inventory. Since my pyro lost half its health, I decided to heal it up next to the artifact. I cut this part out of the video, but at least you know I healed it up. On the way back, we jump straight into the water past the Kurkinos. Like I said, if you get stuck with the pyro main, just spam jump a little bit and you'll get through. I was really curious about that red drop, so I took my time carefully killing everything around it so we could grab the drop. This also gives you an idea of what to get in this cave, of course. And absolutely not worth it! Let's get out of this cave. I will be showing you the route back, but there isn't much to explain anymore. I think we covered most of it. In this cave are lots of jellyfish. One tip I'll say about that is keep the biotoxin you get from them, because that's perfect for taming the new creature, the Yiling. If you don't know how to tame this one, I also got a video on taming this one with a very easy trap. We swim back to the room with the 2 pools, and we jump into the other pool to keep swimming. Again, we gotta kill loads of creatures on the way back. Not as many as on the way in, of course. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. We go out of the water, and this is where that super big pool is, where I put that marker on top. I put that marker there because I kinda always get lost here, and this way I know how to get back up on that cliff. So we jump, and we face, and here we are at that spot again. Gotta go through the narrow corridor, but on the way back you don't have to make your pyro tinier, you can just fit through. This is where we gotta jump back up, and apparently I can swim here. Weird. Let's try again. There we go. We run into the next corridor, and this is where our last swim will be. We jump in, follow the crystals, and we swim all the way up. Now there is a baryonyx here, and I'll quickly show what a baryonyx will do to you. They also knock you off your mount. But baryonyx are terrible at swimming up and down, so I make the pyro tiny and I outflipper the baryonyx. We've almost reached the entrance exit of the cave. I hope this video is useful, and if it was, a like, comment, or even a sub is much appreciated. If you have any tips, leave them in the comments as well, so we can all learn from one another. I'll hopefully catch you in the next video.